One, thank you. Welcome. So, fellow Africans, being on 15th of January 2025 on a Wednesday morning, I am once again profoundly honored and humbled to bring to you our third pillar, which is also our third episode about the Change for African campaign. It is called The Resources That We Own in Africa. Welcome. Therefore, beloved fellow continent brethren, to help us exemplify on our third pillar, the resources that we own in Africa, will be the mighty Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. DRC, it is an epitome example of the immense resources that we own in Africa. Therefore today, I only want us to focus on one of the most global coveted resource that is mined in Democratic Republic of Congo. That resource is called cobalt. So I want to take you through some of the uses of this resource that is found in DRC. Number one, it's a critical raw material in making of lithium-ion batteries, of vehicles, smartphones, and laptops. Let's proceed. So, fellow Africans, DRC produces over 70% of cobalt in the world, meaning it is the largest producer and supplier of this resource called cobalt. China is the man on a mission in DRC. China takes over 70% of cobalt and transports it to her country, where she uses them to produce a lot of these materials, laptops, smartphones that we use today. And it is tear-jerking reality, because DRC itself, which produces over 70% of the global cobalt deposits, cannot even produce a single cell phone or a laptop. Instead, China comes, takes it, and goes to process it, refine it, and then manufacture devices that we come and use as Africa. Fellow Africans, 1 ton of raw cobalt costs us about 30,000 to 50,000 US dollars. DRC annually produces about 100,000 to 120,000 tons of cobalt. The annual exports of DRC to China is accounted, the revenue export is accounted to about $3 billion gross revenue from the mining and exporting of the cobalt to China. Fellow African enthusiasts, I wish to affirm the following about cobalt in DRC. That if DRC would have been doing everything locally, one refined ton of cobalt will be costing at about 45,000 US dollars and above, an approximate of that. And then the total, as opposed to the 30,000 dollars that is gotten currently annually, DRC will have been making around $4.5 billion opposed to $3 billion that is gotten currently, which accounts to a 50% of compared to the current revenue that they got. On the other hand, those who have no privilege of this precious mineral called cobalt in the locality of their locality, Now speaking about China, earns a whopping $20 billion and above, which is an approximate figure. All poor Africans, wake up. While speaking all about that, we all know, or we are all privy to the fact that even if we own all this, we can't make a step if our pillar number one, governance, is not adhered to or is not good. Finally, fellow African counterparts, the tear-jerking part or reality of this is that even the embarrassing revenue gotten from the cobalt in DRC, still a huge portion of it is unaccountable for. What are we doing? Indeed, we cannot make a step unless we unite. It is time for Africa to unite. And I will leave you this, that the moment we realize we are facing or going through the same problem, that is when we develop the same intention. For Africa to win, we have to unite. Thank you for being part of the show. That is our third episode. Welcome tomorrow on 16th of January 2025 for our fourth episode about the Change for Africa campaign. We'll be discussing the living standards that our people are living in Africa. Thank you and God bless you. Welcome. Once again, I am Thomas Alistair Abega, the leader and founder Change for Africa campaign. Thank you.